Can you be sued for sharing your opinion? What if that opinion is about someone else's reputation? Let's take a look at a U.S. Supreme Court case that shaped how courts view defamation. Milkovich v. Lorraine Journal Co. In 1990, the U.S. Supreme Court heard a case involving high school wrestling coach John Milkovich and a local newspaper, the Lorraine Journal. The Journal had published an article accusing Milkovich of lying during a public hearing about a fight that occurred at a wrestling match. Specifically, the article stated, quote, "Anyone who attended the meet knows in his heart that Milkovich lied at the hearing," unquote. Milkovich then sued the newspaper for defamation. Lower courts considered the context of this statement, the fact that it was written in an opinion column, and the use of vague language, and ultimately ruled that the statements were opinion, meaning they're protected by free speech. However, the case made it all the way to the Supreme Court, where the justices ruled that just because a statement is framed as opinion, the speaker isn't automatically protected from liability for defamation. In other words, if the underlying meaning of an opinion implies false facts, it could be defamatory. For example, consider the statement, "In my opinion, John is a liar." Although this is framed as an opinion, it might imply the speaker has knowledge of something that would lead them to conclude that John is a liar. And if that is proven to be false, the speaker could be liable for defamation. Milkovich v. Lorraine Journal Co. was an important case in clarifying that opinions implying false facts may still be defamatory. Today, courts ruling on defamation cases can consider whether the substance of the statement is objectively verifiable, even if it is framed as an opinion. So next time you're thinking about posting an opinion about someone online, remember, merely saying, "in my opinion," doesn't shield you from liability for defamation if the underlying context of your statement is a false statement of fact. Interested in other stories that have shaped defamation and internet law as we know it today? Follow for more.